Hello guys and welcome to this Path to Nowhere video. Today I am going to talk about the Reticle champions, basically the best range champions in this game. Now, there is one champion here that I do not have. I say champion, I mean Sinner. I can switch between those. Anyways, and that is Langley. She is, you have probably seen her around maybe in the game and stuff, but she is a S rank Sinner, and she is potentially one of the best champions in this game in terms of pure damage. Her range is the same, this long, the same as EMP, and her ultimate ability does core damage, and she has some insane AoE damage potential, as well as just very high damage output. So that is Langley. I do not have her, but she is insanely good. Now let's talk about the next S rank, and that is gonna be Summer. I have gotten her recently, and I leveled to 55, and I just gotta say that she is quite she is quite underwhelming. Her damage is lower than I thought, because her range is pretty short. Her normal attack damage is quite low as well. Normal, like the average is probably around 100, but this is, yeah, as you see, very low base. Her attack speed is decently high. Her ultimate, she will summon a drone that increases her attack speed for a 30-second duration, which she can get energy back. But she can have up to 4 of these drones, and every drone deals 20% as their physical damage when they attack. So yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Summer automatically summons drone while in combat. Yeah, and yeah, this forces summon one drone. So it takes a little bit of time before she gains the maximum amount of drones on the battlefield. But when she has all of them on the battlefield, where it's basically on her shoulders like extra guns, when she has them, she's doing pretty decent overall damage. Higher than EMP average auto attack damage, but other than that, she doesn't have any kind of burst damage or anything really special. She gets more crit rate, but because her base attack damage is low, her overall damage is never insane. Like, compared to like Stargazer or EMP, or like most other champions, she does not out damage them. So it's kind of, that is kind of her point. She's only here for damage. That's all she does. And with this, she gains a additional drone at the start of a battle. All right. Shackles, what is this? The attack speed duration or whatever lasts longer. One more maximum drone, and at 5, one more maximum drone. But still, it will take longer for her to get all of the drones. So in a very long fight, she can potentially be the highest damage dealer. But so far, I have not seen her doing the most damage. Kind of sad, because she's S rank, so I expect her to be good. But yeah. Physical penetration 3%, like, yeah, whatever. Probably good though, increases their damage by a lot, but who really has 5 extra copies, right? For crime brands, let's see the special one here. Yeah, a new ultimate ability that basically boosts the crit rate of all of the drones to 100% for 10 seconds, and after that they can attack for 10 seconds, and this can only be used for, well, once per battle. So he has huge burst here, pretty okay, but overall not impressive. I really hope she gets a buff, because she's S rank, but so many other champions kind of outdamage her, and she has a slow start, short range, at least. If she has longer range, maybe, but yeah, overall not impressive. Now let's talk about someone that's impressive. That is EMP. She, I think you get her automatically instantly at the start of the game. She is insane. As a B rank, she is one of my highest damage dealers. There's a reason why she is level 70 already. I maxed her out as quick as possible, because every single fight she was my highest damage dealer. So yeah. Her A1 doing really good average damage, pretty insane actually. And with this Ultra EMP arrow, you probably know how it works. She targets a square, hitting the lowest health enemy and does massive damage. Like the multiplier here is insane, and 1 core damage. And this can critically strike, and with shackles that you probably will get pretty fast, she will get an automatic crit on the Ultra EMP if she gets a kill. And obviously, since she does so high damage on her A1, she will get kills and crit on her EMP. And it gets a reset. If you kill someone with this, you can use it an additional time with a cooldown, of course. So yeah, it's pretty good. This extra damage, physical damage to all enemies in the target grid, I don't really feel this because I only see the critical damage, and this extra damage cannot crit, I believe. So you don't really feel that. And with the crime brand here, 1 maximum charge, if she kills an enemy, she can cast again, and that can happen twice now with this. More crit damage, pretty decent, nothing crazy. But her damage output is insane already. Yeah, this is the refresh thing, and this is that she gains some attack damage for each kill. So as a rare, she is just insane. And also this ability cost is only 28, quite low, so it doesn't require much to get it back. Alright, the rest ones, let's talk about the other rare. Personally, I believe she is quite, well, something very special though. Her attack speed is insanely high. 2 attack speed, like compare this to Summer, 1.2, that is also high. But like EMP, she is normally the highest damage dealer and has 1.75 attack speed. So Flora does have insane attack speed, but her base damage is really low at 45. And she has short range, and then whenever she uses her ultimate ability, her auto attack becomes a high pressure water bomb thing for 10 seconds, dealing a lot of damage. During the effect, Flora's attack frequency is decreased. Now, I don't know how much slower she attacks, but since it attacks slower, it's kind of destroys the purpose a little bit. But it's probably a good damage boost. I haven't tried her, but I just imagine that her damage is not that crazy. 10% more crit on base. Every 5th normal attack is increased to a, well, is a high pressure water bomb. Alright. How about this? When the ultimate is in effect, she gains even more crit rate. So when her ultimate is active, she actually does a lot of damage. And high attack speed is interesting, especially when you have the crime brand that makes her so that her normal attack, every 3rd normal attack deals additional damage. That might be the best crime brand for her. So, but overall, I don't think she's very crazy good or anything. I wouldn't really use her because you have EMP. All she does is a little bit more damage for 10 seconds, and that's really it. I don't see the purpose much, really. Possibly good though. I haven't tried her, but so just have that in mind. I haven't tried these lower level people, but this is just what I think. So Ruleka, I've seen her quite high on the rankings, but overall I'm not completely sure. Her base attack damage is quite normal, but if she uses her ultimate with a quite a low cost, she gains 6 lucky bullets, and these bullets damage range is between 50 and 225. So on average, this deals this, well, 170% attack damage, basically, on average. But the thing is, I'm not sure how this works. Her base attack speed is increased by 50%, that's good. And each lucky bullet has a 50% chance to increase lucky bullet's crit rate and crit damage. This effect can stack up to 3 times. But it does not say any duration. So I'm not sure if this lasts for the entire battle. I assume it does. So if she actually gets up to 3 stacks of this and has 40% crit rate and 60% crit damage for the rest of the battle, then that is quite good. Basically boosting her damage by a ton. Imagine hitting for 170% damage at level 1 and critting on more than 50% of your attacks, doing massive damage. Pretty cool. And every 6 lucky bullet, she gains some damage reduction, good, I guess. I wouldn't really use this. After costing, she gains a chance to reset, whatever. Lasts for 3 seconds. Yeah, nothing really special there, I believe. And with this, basically, her level limit, lower damage output is now 50%, it is increased to 60. So more consistent damage. And Lucky Roulette becomes rapid fire of 6 lucky bullets. Damage dealt by every bullet grows with the ultimate's level. Quite interesting. So, yeah, I think her damage output can be pretty good, but again, quite short range, nothing else going on other than some RNG and potentially good damage over time eventually during the battle. Right, her, what did she do again? Quite decent attack speed here. Very low damage on the normal attacks by base. Her ultimate decides to end the performance with the spectacular show. She pulls out 2 machine guns and unleashing a hail of bullets. For the next 14 seconds, her normal attack turns into a 2-hit. Each hit dealing 40% of her attack physical damage. Now, when she uses her ultimate, she is weaker than a normal damage dealer with an A1. Just on base, she's weaker just by this, but with some other ability, let's see. Her normal attacks have a 50% chance to fire a magic bullet. This is increased to 35% with the shackles, and that hit deals more damage. Pretty good. And here is the big thing. During the curtain call, her attack speed is increased by 100%, but her damage is reduced. But this is really good. Yes, she does lower damage, but her attack speed basically doubles and becomes 3 attacks every single second, and each of them dealing with this about, I would say, more damage than most people during this show here, during these 14 seconds as she does this. Pretty high cost, but also, if this is paired with the crime brand, that makes it so that every third auto attacks also applies an additional damage effect. That means every single second that will proc, so she might be potentially the highest damage dealers for those 14 seconds. Insane attack speed, 3 attacks every second is pretty insane. And when she does her ultimate, she summons one more clown to assist, which deals 40% of her normal attack damage. A little bit of a damage increase there. Why not? So, I think her damage can be pretty insane. But without these proccing, let's see, what's this? Attack speed, yeah. Without these proccing and not using her ultimate, I think she's quite weak. Just having so low attack damage on the A1 is not really great. And only being useful in a burst for 14 seconds, I don't know, might be worth it, maybe not. Now, Wolverine is a recent champion that a sinner that I recently got. She has the unique increased range, hitting 6 squares in front of her. And her base tag is pretty high as well. One of the higher ones, I mean. Yeah, doing more damage for more enemies with broken cores. Now, her ultimate is pretty insane, I believe. She sets a trap on every grid in the target area, like this, a 3x3 square. She targeted this anywhere on the map, I believe, and the trap exists for 15 seconds. When an enemy enters a grid with a trap, the trap will be activated, dealing some damage to all enemies in the grid, pretty cool, and stunning them for 2 seconds. This is an AoE stun in a grid, so if there's multiple enemies in this grid, they will all be stunned for 2 seconds. And up to 9 traps can exist at a time. Now, this is potentially insane, because let's say the enemies have to go through in a corner like this, and go through all 5 squares. That means Wolverine with a shackle, increasing the stun duration by 1 second. That means every single stun is 3 seconds. Well, she is going to be able to stun a single target enemy that goes through all of these for 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 seconds. Potentially multiple traps trigger at once. So she can just, if there's enemy there, cast this and they will instantly get trapped and CC. So there's a lack of crowd control in this game, and Wolverine is one of the few ones that actually has crowd control like this. The cost is pretty high, but for such a good ability, it's pretty insane. So I will probably build this champion eventually, because some stages you just get overwhelmed with enemies, so being able to stun them for this long of a duration, that can be massive. Especially if you have AoE damage dealers that can hit them multiple times when they're in those squares. Also, if that wasn't enough, she gains more damage the longer away the enemies are. Okay, doesn't really matter that much, but okay, that's pretty good. When there are no enemies in a 3x3 square in front of Wolverine, she gains additional damage. Okay, pretty cool. But now, this one. When an enemy's core is broken, that enemy is inflicted with Hunt, which reduces their defense by 20% for 10 seconds. Is this called Hunt? No. Is there anything else called Hunt? I'm just interested now. So, this is pretty insane. This is not only a damage boost to herself, but reducing the enemy's defense. So that means if you break a boss's core or anyone's core, they will take more damage from physical hits. So really good pair with other physical damage dealers. And also this, after triggering Trap, Wolverine adds a Hunting Mark to all enemies within the grid, reducing the defense by 20%. So not only on broken cores, but when they are hit by a trap, they will also have their defense reduced. So in my opinion, this champion is pretty insane. And also, if multiple enemies are triggered, well, for each trap triggers, you gain a attack bonus boost on the next hit. So if you hit, and it stacks. So if 3 enemies are hit, she gets 180% attack damage on the next hit. So her damage alone is probably pretty decent, not crazy because quite low attack speed, but the utility and damage increase by all other champions is pretty insane. It's insane amount of stun. So far, I haven't seen any enemies that cannot be, well, I don't believe any enemy are immune to crowd control, like stun from this. At least enemies, non-boss enemies, I should say. So I think the champion is ridiculous, actually, and potentially very good. Not insane damage by herself, but imagine you pair her with, like, Nox. You know, Nox is another free champion, S-rank champion that you can get, and she does a massive damage in a 3x3 area. And if that 3x3 area also has traps in it, those enemies will just take damage for such a long time, and incredibly good pairing because she does physical damage. So yeah, I think Wolverine is pretty insane. Like those times you get overwhelmed, the traps, boom. Well, they are CC'd, but they also take additional damage, and their defense is reduced. Just ridiculous, actually. So yeah, that is gonna be all the Reticle, all the ranged champions in this game. Well, consider the best range champions that does damage over time. Yeah. So let's go over everyone. EMP, most underrated B rank in this game. I use her all the time, every single battle. Summer, most underwhelming S rank sinner that I've seen. The Lamed, that like when EMP out damages her every single battle. Yes, the 15 level. It doesn't matter, like, EMP out damages her by a lot. It's not even close. Rebecca, probably potential decent damage, stacking up damage during the fight. Priscilla, huge amount of burst, but like consistent damage quite low. Wolverine, as I told, insane potential. One of the few, one of the few of these with any kind of crowd control. There's so little crowd control in this game at all, so I'm actually gonna just level her to 10 just to remember the user. And Flora, probably pretty bad. Base attack speed is very high, so potentially not bad, but yeah, I don't know. You have to try, but really, I don't see how it is really good at all. Especially since this reduces the attack speed. That way, using the crime brand that will increase, well, every third attack deals additional damage, it doesn't fit that well. But with Priscilla getting up to 3 attacks per second, or even more with this, I believe, or the shackles, whatever. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's gonna be all of the range champions. Personally, I would max Langley, the S rank that I doesn't have. I would build her 100%. She's insane, I am heard, and her kit is pretty good. EMP, I would build her as well because B ranks are cheaper to upgrade. Of course, this as well is also cheaper. Everything is cheaper in the B rank, so getting there to high level is easy, and her kit is incredible, and damage is insane. And the utility is insane. Don't build Summer unless she gets buffed, I believe. Wolverine, yes, I will build. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.